Hi guys, and welcome to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Liquorice All Sorts. You either love them or you don't. Today I'm making a version you're sure to like, and that's a Liquorice All Sorts cake. Start by stacking up 5 layers of different coloured cakes. The cakes I have here are 6-inch square cakes, and I've made my cakes the same colour as the fondant I'm going to use to cover the finished cake with. Before I go on, I'm just going to prepare a cake board in some plastic wrap and pop it to the side until I've done my crumb coat. Are you a fan of Liquorice All Sorts? I like them, but I think I've got to be in the mood to eat them. I also think there are 2 ways to eat them. One is just to bite straight into them, and the other, which I prefer, is to bite off 1 layer at a time. I'm going to trim the crust off each side of the cake so that we can reveal the inside colours of the cake a little bit better. So now onto the crumb coat, covering the entire cake in some ganache to trap all those crumbs, and once I'm finished I'll just add a little bit more ganache to the top and grab my board, which I covered in plastic earlier, and press it down nice and firmly. Now I'm just going to make sure my top and bottom boards are in line with each other on each side. And then move on to adding another layer of ganache to the cake. This is a thick layer and must come to the edge of both boards. So don't worry about having excess ganache on at the moment, because once it's scraped off, all of that excess will come off. In fact, it's actually better to apply more than you need to save time from having to fill lots of gaps later on. Once I've scraped the 4 sides, I place the cake in the fridge so the ganache can harden, and once I remove it, it's very easy to run a sharp knife down each side of the cake, trimming away any untidy and excess bits of ganache. Once the sides are done, I can remove the top cardboard and neaten up the top with just a little bit more ganache and smooth it off. It's worthwhile measuring the cake before I move on, so that I know how wide I need to cut each of the strips of fondant so that the finished product looks nice and symmetrical. Now I can roll out each of the colours of fondant and cut 4 equal strips, as well as 1 square piece of fondant to cover the top of the cake. Using some water, I'm just going to stick each strip of fondant onto the cake and trim off the edges. I find it really useful to use something flat behind the fondant, like my scraper, to help cut through the fondant onto a nice hard surface. Once all sides are covered, I can finish off with the top piece. Now, if you're not a Liquorice All Sorts fan, I'm adding a cheeky little face to this cake to see if it's going to change your mind. And if not, well, I'll bet you'll love eating this cake anyway. Guys, hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun little cake. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on whatever I decide to cake up next week. Hope you tune in next time, and thanks for watching.